Hi, I'm Chris Said, Los Angeles murder attorney, and welcome to CBS Law, where we deliver results, not promises. I want to talk to you today about one of the most serious charges a person can face, and that's murder charges. First, I'll go over the 2 degrees of murder that can be charged in Los Angeles. Second, I'll go over some defenses we commonly employ in murder cases. And third, I'll go over some common sense measures you can take if you or a loved one find yourself arrested for or being investigated for a charge of murder. First, what is murder? Murder is the taking of another's life with malice aforethought. Well, what the heck does that mean? There's 2 ways to show malice aforethought. First, that you intended to kill someone, or second, that you committed an act inherently dangerous to human life and you committed that act anyway with a conscious disregard for the consequences of that act. Now, first-degree murder is the most serious kind of murder. That's murder with particular aggravating circumstances. Aggravating circumstances could be a number of things: poisoning, torture, lying in wait. But far and away, the most common aggravating circumstances are premeditated, deliberate, and intentional murder. Premeditated means that before you committed the act that ended someone's life, you thought about the murder and decided to do it. Deliberate means after that moment in time when you deliberated the consequences, pro and con of committing that act, you did it anyway. And intentional means you intended to kill that person. That's what elevates a charge of murder to first degree. The consequences, as you can imagine, of first degree murder are up to life in prison. Second degree murder is a murder without those aggravating consequences. Second degree murder can also find someone in prison for the rest of your life. Far and away, the most common defense in murder cases is self-defense. Now, self-defense under the law has a very particular definition. It's got 3 parts. The first part is, did you reasonably believe that you were under immediate threat of death or great bodily injury? Second, did you reasonably believe that force, deadly force, was necessary to deter that threat of death or great bodily injury? And then third, did you use no more force than was necessary to deter that threat of death or great bodily injury? Another variant of self-defense is something called imperfect self-defense. Imperfect self-defense is that you truly believed that you were defending yourself and had to use deadly force to do so. But from another person's perspective, that belief, though you truly believed it, just was not reasonable. Another defense is something called sudden quarrel or heat of passion. Sudden quarrel would mean you're faced with a stressful situation where you believed you had to fight, kind of a fight or flight experience. The third defense that we commonly employ in murder cases is that it was just an accident. A tragic, consequential accident, but an accident nonetheless. I want to talk to you about what CBS Law can afford you if you're facing a murder charge. We have a boatload of experience. We've taken dozens of cases to trial, and as the saying goes, there's just no substitute for experience. That trial experience allows us to analyze your case from a trial attorney's perspective, and we're going to utilize the resources to make sure that you are put in the strongest position possible for that jury to return a verdict of not guilty. We're going to employ our investigators to interview witnesses, collect statements, and also collect evidence. That could be surveillance videos, cell phone videos, dash cam videos, even bank records and transaction records that will help us not only evaluate the prosecution's case, but undermine it. Second, we've successfully employed expert witnesses, both at trial and before, to fight the prosecution's case. In murder charges, oftentimes we're employing the types of experts like emergency room doctors, pathologists, firearm and ballistics experts, accident reconstruction experts, even gang experts to allow us to not just accept the prosecution's version of events as the truth, but to get to the heart of truly what happened and return a verdict of not guilty. Far and away, the most common sense measure you can take if you or a loved one find yourself arrested or being investigated for a charge of murder is do not talk. Don't talk to the police. Don't talk to your family. Don't post on social media like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, because anything you say can, and especially in the murder case, will be used against you in a murder charge. The only time that your words can never be used against you is when you're talking to your lawyer, Chris Said of CBS Law. The most important thing you can do is not wait. In a murder case, I can assure you the prosecution is working on their case right now, and we need to get to work. So don't delay. Call CBS Law now at 213-800-8005, and together we'll get your life back.